Now we're going to show the process of how you can create a new skill, deploy it, and test it using the Alexa Skills Kit command line interface. So first, you can fire up a terminal and navigate to a folder where you want to create your project. So the first step is that we want to run ASK, which is the keyword for the Alexa Skills Kit command line interface, and we're going to type in new. This is going to create a new project for us, and it first asks us to select the runtime. So you have two options. It will either be Node.js or Python. Let's go ahead and leave Node.js selected and hit enter. And there are a series of templates that are provided that you can start off from. And let's use Hello World. So let's go ahead and hit enter. And then you're prompted to give your skill a name. So we'll keep it simple, and we will just use Hello World. Hit enter. And this creates the project and the folder structure for us. So if we take a look at this, here's our Hello World folder, and we can go into here. And as you can see, there are a couple of folders that are created for us. There is a Lambda folder that will contain all the code pertaining to any Lambda functions that we might build. There's a skill.json that has configuration for our skill, a README file, and so on. So this is automatically created for us. And once that's done, let's go ahead and deploy this project. So it's simple with the Alexa Skills Kit command line interface. You can just type in ASK, deploy, and hit enter. So this uses the default profiles that we had set up initially and configured, and actually deploys this out to our Amazon developer account. And behind the scenes as well, we deploy an Amazon Web Services Lambda function for our skill. So let's give this a couple seconds, and then we will take a look at the result. Okay, so now our skill has been created and deployed. We can actually test it out. And it's pretty cool that from the command line interface itself, you can test your skill without using the Alexa Developer Console. One thing to note is that we haven't defined a locale for our skill. And to define that locale, you can actually do it from the command line, or you can set an environment variable. So let's first do it from the command line, and then I'll show how it can be set as an environment variable so you don't have to specify that later on. So to test out our skill, we can do ask dialog space, and we want to do a -L for language, or locale, I should say, and then we specify en-us. So if you have a different locale, you can feel free to use that, but we're going to use the English US locale, and then hit enter. And what we get is a prompt where we can actually interact with Alexa from the command line. So our skill was called Hello World, so let's invoke it. We can say open Hello World. And there we have it. Alexa returns a response. Welcome. You can say hello or help. What would you like to try? And let's go ahead and just say hello. So again, what we're doing here is from the command line, we are interacting with Alexa, and the same intents that we would have developed and the same processing behind the scenes will be invoked just as if we were speaking to Alexa, but with the Alexa Skills Kit command line interface, we're interacting with Alexa from the terminal, from the command line. So I'm going to type in hello here, and let's see what Alexa responds with. Hello World. So very simple, and that illustrates how we can deploy, we can create our new skill, we can test it and deploy it all from the command line. So before we finish, let's also show how we can set that environment variable. So I'm going to hit Control-C here to exit out. And on the Mac, we can type in export ask_default_device underscore locale equal en-us, and we can hit enter here. If you are working on a Windows machine, instead of the word export, you can just use set, S-E-T. So once that's done, hit enter. And now let's invoke our skill again. We can say ask dialog, and notice we don't have to specify the locale. Hit enter. Open hello world. Alexa should respond. We can say hello. And there we have the response coming back.